Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, we're going to take a deep dive on regenerative medicine. What is it and how it can impact your life? That's just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team. And the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, when you think about it, the human body is a miracle. It has the ability to regrow. You clip your fingernails, and the next thing you know, they've grown back again. There is a growing field called regenerative medicine. And to talk about that today, Nicholas Carter, he is a phlebotomist and the COO of Advanced Regenerative Medicine. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right, tell me what your company does.
Yeah, so Advanced Regenerative Medicine, the clinic itself, what we do is we have patients of all ages. Anyone that's suffering from a joint injury or joint pain in general, we'll go ahead and treat that person so they can avoid surgery, get out of pain, or heal that injury that they've sustained.
Okay, so many people watching this, they have aches, they have pains, they've been considering surgery, or maybe they're self-medicating with pain pills. This is an alternative to that.
Basically, a lot of people that, currently have joint pains, they're on a lot of steroids or anti-inflammatory medication. That's kind of more of a Band-Aid. It's a short-term solution to get them out of pain, but it's not a solution to solve the problem. What we use is cutting-edge umbilical-driven stem cells to go ahead and take away that inflammation and regrow that damaged soft tissue. So not only are they going to be out of pain, they're also going to be able to go back to their sports, put pressure on those joints, have a very good night's sleep, get them optimal again. That's what we're all about, basically making sure, regardless your age, getting those joints optimal again so you can enjoy the things in life.
Yes, so I think about my wife when I think about you guys, because she had meniscus surgery and her tennis career was over. Would she have been a candidate for what you guys do?
Absolutely. Having said that, we do Dr. Rahimi does do a in-person evaluation. Even if a patient brings to us a recent MRI, of course, we'll go ahead and look at that. But Dr. Rahimi will further do his own evaluation. We have the technology at the clinic to be able to do that, so we don't need to send anyone out and wait for results. If you are a candidate, which most people are, then absolutely we could definitely take care of your wife and get her back on that tennis court. In fact, we have a lot of athletes that come to us. We have a lot of college athletes that are on the verge of turning pro that do get injuries that come to us for their shoulders and knees to get them back out on the sports field a lot quicker. And anything from your weekend warriors, your avid golf players, they love it as well. But the answer to it is yes.
Yes, we've got a graphic that we're going to show while you talk about this. Tell us a little bit about the science and the sourcing, because that's important, isn't it?
The sourcing is very, very important. So we use one of the finest laboratories in the United States that is FDA registered. So they are under a governing body to ensure that the stem cells that they are extracting have had vigorous testing. So there's no underlying diseases. But the most important part along with that would be the strength of the stem cells, making sure that those stem cells are pure. So basically we're using umbilical cord driven stem cells. So Wharton's jelly cell is one of those ones, and another cell that comes out of that, which isn't classified as a stem cell, but it's a major component to the healing, is the exosome cell. So Dr. Rahimi uses a combination of the two to target the issues with joints.
Sure. And I think about athletes like Tiger Woods. We all remember when he went in for his first surgery and then his second surgery. And the body is never quite the same, is it?
Yeah, with surgery, it's a hit and miss, especially if they have to do multiple surgeries in that one area, because every time the scalpel's coming out, we're getting that scar tissue. And that fibrosis is developing and it's getting worse and worse and worse. It may not be that bad initially, but as we get older, that rotation or that movement in that area is going to be far less due to the amount of times that that tissue has opened up and closed, and it's kind of like super glue in the middle of that area. So, to avoid surgery is the best bet. The beauty about us is there's no downtime to it as well, unlike surgery.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Recovery time, how long could somebody expect?
So recovery time, you'll be able to do your grocery shopping. Let's say we'll to do a knee. I mean, we do knees, hips, shoulders, lower back, you name it, we do it. But let's use a knee as an example. If we went ahead and took care of your knee, you'd be able to go back to work straight away. You'd be able to do your grocery shopping that day. However, we do have a strict regimen of no exercise for 2 weeks. We want the stem cells to bed into that inflammation. We don't want to cause another injury to the body during those 2 weeks where we could lose those cells to it.
Sure.
And then we put you on an anti-inflammatory diet for 2 weeks as well. So basically, downtime really there isn't. There's a slight regimen for 2 weeks, but it isn't too bad.
And talk about the cost.
So the cost really depends on, the situation. Some people have a mild situation, some people have more of a severe situation. But the average cost involved, could be anywhere between, $3,000 to $5,000 to $10,000.
This is very exciting. Is it something that they're teaching in medical schools, or are the doctors learning this?
They're not necessarily teaching it in medical schools. However, there's Dr. Rahimi as an immunologist. He studied a lot of what we use in the practice today during his school days. It wasn't part of his regimen of his exams, but it was associated in many books that he was reading, and that's kind of what sparked his passion for it. And I had a prior passion to using this myself. For over a decade. I've been doing this for a very, very long time. And it all started with me from a motorcycle accident. And then I ended up falling in the industry as a result of that.
All right, Nicholas, we're almost out of time. Final thoughts? What would you like to leave people with?
Yeah, so if you guys are looking for an alternative from surgery, whether that is being more optimal sporting-wise, being able to walk upstairs, being able to exercise back in the gym so you can lose some weight, strengthen some muscle, please don't hesitate, come see us. We can definitely change your life and put a smile on your face.
Outstanding. We're going to end with the website. We're going to put that up on the screen. And Nick, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.
See ya.